Good morning. Welcome to day 117, Thursday, August 1st, 2024. Happy August. We've got everything packed up, ready to go. There is probably 4 or 5 other thru-hikers here that came in after me. I went to the privy and there's a few tents hanging around, so yep, we'll all have the same plan, I imagine. Get to Seiad Valley, get to the store. So 6 o'clock, I actually set an alarm for 4:30. I might have to start doing that because it's so dark. That may be the new plan. So we're going to get moving. All right, we're on the move. Caution. I have a new pair of trail runners waiting for me. I can't wait. The bottoms of my feet are feeling every little rock. All right, so here's Thirsty's music recommendation. If you're a Gen Xer like me, you were in your teens in the 80s, and you love the 80s and all the music, do yourself a favor. Download the Mixcloud app, it's free. Look for a guy, search for Scotty Fox. He's got all kinds of different playlists. Just look for the 80s ones. Cruising the 80s, I Love the 80s, Vacation. They are banging. You get your 80s fix. All right, we're making progress. All right, we're not gonna stop because it's early, but thanks, Brian. It was very cool last night. It made my day. All right, we're getting on the main highway here. All right, we just had a nice big breakfast. It was actually very good. So now we're gonna go through our resupply, get things organized. I think I might use these picnic tables over here. They look a little shady, so let's go do that. All right, it's about 9:15. I've got everything laid out. New trail runners, awesome. So I'm probably gonna send a little bit back home, but yeah, some of the jerky didn't make the trip. It's a little moldy, so that's getting trashed. I'm gonna have probably 9 nights, so I'm gonna plan for like 10 and then send back anything extra. There shouldn't be a whole lot. Okay, so the post office here, it's only open from noon to 4, so I'm not gonna be sending a box back because I'm not waiting till noon, so we'll figure it out. All right, it's about 10 o'clock, getting ready to head out. Just did a quick FaceTime with my son, Bobby, and Sarah separately. So Bobby just got back from Thailand, doing a yoga teacher course, and he has some good news to share with me. I'm gonna be a grandpop in February, so that's amazing news, incredible. That'll get me through this big climb coming up. So congratulations to Bobby and Talia. That's just fantastic news, and I can't wait to see the little one in a few months. All right, back we go. Every step is closer to Oregon. There's probably about 8 thru-hikers in the cafe. I got there like at the right time. There's only one guy there. The food's really good, but it is slow because it's a one person show doing everything. So yeah, we're gonna be on the road for a bit and then we'll be back on the trail. All right, we're just climbing up from Seiad Valley. I'm dripping sweat. There was a little spring where I could at least wet my baseball cap, but yeah, it's a hot one. All right, it's 1:45. We've been climbing and sweating. We made it to Lookout Spring, so we got to go down this side trail to get some water. I'm hoping once we get over this rise here, there might be somewhere to camp. Otherwise, there's camping like 0.7 miles away. So we'll shoot for that if we have to, but that means it'll be a dry camp. So I'm gonna have to bring a lot of water. I'm just been dripping the whole time with sweat, so. And this spring is not a very fast flow, so I'll probably be here a while collecting water, which is fine. Let's just fingers crossed that it's cold. All right, it's 2 o'clock. It's a very light flow, but it's good water, so we're just gonna wait here. There's a lot of, I don't know if they're bees or some sort of bug with a stinger, but they're just doing their own thing. So I'm gonna hang here for a while, fill up all the water. I'll fill up my hydration bladder. I'll make electrolytes. I'll come back down. I'll refill the CNOC, and then we'll try and find camp somewhere. So it's probably gonna be a full 45 minutes to an hour just dealing with the water here because it's such a slow flow, but I don't have another 4 miles, which is the next water source. If it wasn't climbing, I might consider it, but with a full pack, there's just no way. So we'll just take our time, enjoy the view. Here's my view while I'm filling up the water, so that's the update. All right, it's around 3:30. I am spent, but we found a nice shady campsite, a little bit off the trail. There were campsites that were sooner, but no shade. So I went a little further to get this nice site. It was worth the extra effort, but man, I'm tired. All right, do a recap for the day. It's about 5 o'clock. I'm just hydrating. We did about 13 and a half miles, which any day when it's a resupply day, I'm happy with 10 plus. So especially with the big climb out of town with a full pack in this heat, 13 and a half is a good number. This is a nice spot. So the good news is we're at 5,200 feet already, down from like, I think 1,300. So it does feel a little more comfortable. We were at 1,700 last night camped, and even in the shade, it was still pretty uncomfortable until the sun went below the ridge. At least here, it's pretty good. There is a little breeze that comes by every once in a while, but I'm not like just sweating sitting here, which was happening yesterday. Yeah, so I have to see how far we are from the border. I think it's still it's going to be a couple days out. See where I may end up tomorrow. Yeah, great news, huh? Going to be a grand pop. Yeah, so again, congratulations, Bobby and Talia. That's fantastic news. I already told Bobby I want to get that little through hiker out here before I'm too old to do it. So let's get him started early. Let's get him a backpack. Let's get him out in the woods. So other than that, got to touch base with Sarah real quick. I got to check Watch Duty, which is the fire conditions app. That's pretty good. It gives daily updates. So my next fire, so I avoided the first fire completely now, the Shelley fire. It closed about 28 miles of the Pacific Crest Trail. I did a walk around, about 60 miles total, and back on the PCT. The next trail closure due to wildfires is at Crater Lake National Park. I forget the name of that fire right now, but it'll come up at some point, I'm sure. So there's a section of the PCT closed in the national park. There is an alternate trail, the Rim Trail, that parallels some of the PCT that's closed. And then you reach a point where you cannot go further north. But right now there is a road that leads out of the park, which is open. So it'll be another road walk, another state highway. I don't even know what that mileage is going to be yet. And the fire is like barely contained right now. It doesn't sound like it's getting out of control, but it's, now that I'm kind of reading these reports more, you kind of get a feel for what's happening, what they're not saying in the reports, what's happening. So I don't think there's much of a chance of the trail being reopened by the time I get there. But as long as the roads are open, we'll take them. We'll do that continuous footpath as long as we can. And that's the first of at least 3 or 4 fires that are impacting the PCT right now in Oregon. But we'll just focus on one at a time right now. So yeah, that is the update. We'll see you tomorrow, Friday morning.
So I packaged Brian's next resupply boxes up and had planned to send them, oh, there's a click with my glasses, to Crater Lake National Park, to Mazana Village Camp Store, by priority mail. But I've been reading on the trail Facebook groups and in Far Out that there's been some issues with packages being delivered because there's been a change of management of the concession there at Crater Lake, and the post person that's been there forever retired at the beginning of the summer. So lots of issues. And someone just posted today that they sent a resupply package priority mail with plenty of time, and they didn't have it at the store, even though it was supposed to be there. This does not bode well. So I'm going to I have everything packaged in the flat rate boxes. So I'm going to open them up, repackage them in regular boxes, and take them to UPS and just pay the extra money to send them UPS. However, had I known I was sending them UPS, I would have sent them out like at the beginning of this week, and I would have given them like 2 weeks to get there by ground. So who knows how many hundreds of dollars I'm going to spend on sending these out. But I'm going to get that done and get them over there tonight. Thankfully, it's only like 3:00 and I just have to transfer them into new boxes, and the UPS store is like 1.5 miles from our house. So that's where we are today. My lip is healing. It's like no brown spot anymore. I haven't heard anything about the biopsy yet, so I'm not going to worry about it until I hear about it, but hopefully no news is good news. But that's everything from here, and we'll check later. For $79, the package should hopefully get there by next Thursday, fingers crossed, and Brian's due to arrive on Saturday. So that should be fine. While I was just getting in the car, my dermatologist called. You can still see the spot a little bit on my lip, but everything was fine, no cancer, just I had somehow got a brown spot on my lip. So that's great news. The one thing that was a challenge, which I had an issue with when I was trying to create the USPS label before I realized that I needed to ship the package UPS, was that the address was not being accepted by the online USPS system. I've had that happen before, and I've just gone in and looked for like the exact address of the post office before, or the business, rather than like what's posted online or on the trail pages, and it's been fine. Or it's just like how the address is written out. I know there was like a California highway, and it was just, I had to play around with how it was written out. But with this one, it was on the National Park Service website for Crater Lake of the exact address that you're supposed to use to get it delivered, and it wasn't being accepted by USPS when I tried that, and then even here at UPS it wasn't accepted, so I had to they had to override it, and I just have to hope that it gets delivered. So fingers crossed that this package gets here, or I'm gonna be paying more money for it to come back to me, and Brian won't have a resupply. And it's a challenging section because there's a fire right now just north of the park, so who knows. Hopefully maybe the fire will be gone. It's not closest to the trail, I don't think, so maybe the PCT will reopen, but time will tell in about 2 weeks. That's it for today.